What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Sal, aka Herf, coming at you with another episode of I Own CI. And today, we're going to get into a cigar that has a blender that has over 4 decades of experience and is blended at some of your favorite factories. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it with the Latitude Zero Signature by Raul Disla. Let's get into it.
Welcome to the Herf where the vibes take place. No clouds of hate, just a smoke well just one cigar at a time, go and savor every taste. Shine through the brim, man, humble in the quest.
Alright, y'all, so welcome back with me. We are here, Latitude Zero Signature, blended by Raul Disla. Now, just a quick stick breakdown on this. This is a 6x52 Toro, and it is a hard, I'm talking hard, box press. Don't know if you can see that, but look how thin that side profile gets. Let's throw it back for you. Width and super thin, super boxy. All right, y'all, so let's get into it. Latitude Zero Signature Raul Disla in the 6x52 Toro, hard, and I am talking hard box press. I mean, check this out. So there you go. Watch this side profile. Look how thin that gets. That is a hard box press for me. It's a little awkward on the mouth, but it's nothing too crazy and it's not too bad. So, quick stick breakdown. So what's it rocking? We're rocking an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, an Ecuadorian Habano binder, and then we got fillers from the Dominican. We got some Connecticut broadleaf in there, and we got some Nicaragua in there. So right off the jump, you're met with some earthiness. You're met with a espresso. You're met with a little bit of a semi-sweet chocolate, or even on a dark chocolate, there's a little bit of bitterness on that chocolate, but it's still sweet. There's some nuttiness. The smoke texture is a little thin. I'd go as far as to say is a thin, creamy note. And on the retro, you get a little bit of pepper, you get some woodiness, pepper and woodiness. So, we're letting this develop. Flavors are starting to marry. We're still getting a good burn. Excuse me if you hear my team's going off. I am multitasking here, so we got to do what we got to do around here, people. I need to get these reviews out to y'all. I know y'all are enjoying them. I'm enjoying them. Why not multitask? So, first initial thoughts. So far, tasting pretty good. There's a little bit of complexity to it. It's definitely on the earthy side, I will say. If you want to pick out a main tone, it's earthy, but it's got those other flavors to kind of back it up. I'm gonna continue to smoke this down. We're gonna get into who Raul Disla is in a little bit, and I'll check back in with y'all. All right, y'all. So we're a little bit of ways into this Latitude Zero Signature by Raul Disla in the hard box pressed Toro. So far, it's been a great burn. I just want to point out the construction on this stick here. There we go. So, being a box press, this burn line has been super tight. Look how thin that profile gets. That's wild. But it's been a solid burn line. Great ash. Flavors definitely developed. I'm going to ash this before it ends up on my lap. And it's going to hold strong, so I'm going to keep going. But definitely flavors are warmed. Flavors are married. Tobacco's tasting great. So complexity and flavor-wise, this is checking both of those boxes. This is surprisingly a good stick, a good cigar. Sorry, I know some people hate that word stick. It just came out. Fucking sue me. My bad. It's a good cigar. Definitely an espresso, dark chocolate, almost a little bit of saltiness to it. And the first time I'm actually catching it is almost like a sunflower seed, which is kind of cool. A little bit of leather, not too bad. There's definitely some spice on there. The retro was more of a sweet cedar with some pepper. And it's just a real smooth. Yes, there's pepper. It's not stinging the nostrils. just enough to know that it's there, but it's a very elegant, very smooth retro. It's very quite pleasant. I'm actually kind of surprised at the little bit of complexity this cigar is bringing. So, Raul Disla, awesome. Again, I believe this is coming in at a fair price point for what I'm tasting and what I'm getting. This is solid. Again, we've got a little bit of ways to go. We still got that final third where a lot of these kind of dip. We are expecting that, but who knows? It could surprise you. So Raul Disla, kind of born into the tobacco world. Around 7 or 8 or 9, he was working in tobacco fields, worked his way up to the leaf sorter, which is a job itself. You know, I recently took a trip to JC Newman. I saw the leaf sorters. That is insane. Separating by color. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I mean, it was pretty crazy. You know, he worked with brands like Cuevas Sorano. He's worked with Davidoff. He's worked with AJ, which are very familiar blenders that we all know and love. He was kind of the production manager and a little bit of a blender for, you know, various factories. In 2015, kind of a key figure over the Knoxville factory, kind of overviewing all of the production that is heading out the door into the various different markets, and is the master blender of the core line of the Latitude Zero as well as the signature line. So I believe the signature line, which is what we're smoking today, this is the first box press from them. And again, up front is a little bit awkward, but I've kind of grown to kind of like it. I have this thing where I sit it in between my teeth a little bit and kind of grasp it. I don't bite down on it, but I grasp it. And it's actually quite comfortable. Only thing is you really can't rotate it in quarters. You really got to rotate it in half. So, you know, you've got label on one half, flip it around, label on the other half. It's kind of how it is, kind of keep it balanced. But so far, this is smoking great. Kind of in the background of a lot of things, working alongside some of these master blenders, which is actually kind of cool. I think these folks don't kind of get enough credit as they kind of come to light. There's another one, Ramon Buesos, who will be coming up on some future episodes, who's also worked alongside a lot of big names, helped develop a couple of big manufacturers, and they just kind of been in the shadows. I'm gonna continue smoking this down. I'm definitely gonna get past this band. We're gonna get in the final third, final thoughts, and an ape wrap up, and I'll check back in with y'all. Keep smoking. If there's anything that you've seen at your local Ion CI that is worth a try, let me know. Like I said, I've got a few of them. Chances are I may already have it in the humidor, but let's check it out. I'll check back in with y'all, and I'll see y'all in a bit. Welcome back, y'all. So we are fast approaching it into the final third of the Latitude Zero signature line blended by your boy Raul Disla. So, final thirds, final thoughts, and an ape wrap up coming at you quick. This was a good cigar. For its price point, the complexity it's bringing, great cigar. Going into this final third, small dip as far as the robustness of the flavors. However, they have not gone bitter, which most tend to. So right now, final third. The smoke production is definitely ramped up. It is burning a little bit of hot. I can kind of feel a little bit on my lips, but it's definitely not bitter. There's been a little bit more of the leather forward, a little bit of the earth has returned a little bit. But you still get that espresso, that very dark chocolate flavored. At some point going into this third, there was a little bit of and it was a small blip of time, but there's a little bit of like a sour grape. It kind of came and it went. I thought that was kind of interesting. First time I've kind of ever had that. Usually it's a dark fruit, but this was more of a sour grape. Not so much the green, but the purple grape, and I kind of enjoyed it. Not sure what that means as far as the tobacco and the blend goes. Pretty sure that was not intentional, but that's just something I picked up. So retro, still a smooth retro, and it's been a smooth retro all throughout. The sweet cedar, there's a bit of a pepper on there, and a little bit of guess a little bit of a floral, I can say. You know, it's very, very, very slight. Yeah, but it's nice. You know, at times there was a little bit of graham cracker that kind of came in and out. It was very little, very subtle, but the times that it was present, it was actually really nice and it was pleasant. I enjoy the graham cracker. I enjoy the chocolate graham cracker, almost like a chocolate Teddy Graham, if you will. But all in all, solid cigar. This is a good cigar. Definitely was something I would recommend if, you know, it's an approachable cigar. There's complexity to it. The flavor profile, I'm still saying medium plus. As far as strength, I'm honestly gonna go around medium, maybe 1 or 2 ticks above that. I definitely wouldn't call it medium full. It didn't wrap up or anything like that. But overall, for the price point and the value and the complexity that you get in this blend, I bag it. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna slap the ape approval on this one. Source them out. Let me know what you think. I know there's a few more. There's a Connecticut that he puts out. There is a broadleaf that just came out. I believe that one has a blue footband. This one had the red. The broadleaf has the blue. And I don't think that's coming in box pressed. But I'm looking forward to trying more from the Latitude line. That's all I really got for you. Great cigar, great value. What more can you ask for? That's what this series is about. I go in, I pick them up, I smoke them. I'll let you know what you think. I'm leaving it all to y'all. If y'all want to go ahead and try them, hopefully you do. You know, if you enjoy them, great. If they're bad, I'm sorry. But that's going to call it for this episode of Eye on CI. Stay tuned to the Instagram, ape.herf. There's a lot more happening over there. So if you're on Instagram, go ahead and follow ape.herf. Stay tuned to the channel. I got more reviews, more Eye on CI, more shorts coming. And like I always say, stay blessed. Peace.
Welcome to the Herf where the vibes stay blessed. No clouds of hate, just a smoke well dressed. One cigar at a time, go and savor every test. Shine through the brim, man, humble in the quest.